Hello everyone, welcome to today's video. In today's video, I'm going to share with you guys pretty much everything I know about how to love yourself based on my own personal experience from my past. The reason that I'm making this video is because I just went on a trip to visit some family, and I hadn't seen this family for like over 10 years, some of them. When I caught up with them, it turned out that a couple of them were not doing so well. They were kind of going through broken relationships. Some of them were taking antidepressant medication. A lot of them were dealing with anxiety. And based off my own recent sort of own personal development and realizations that I've been having, I know that self-love is something that can actually cure a lot of your problems in your life. That's why I'm so adamant about this message of loving yourself. But I found that if you tell someone like all you have to do is love yourself, they really don't know how to do that. They kind of need a blueprint. They need some sort of system that they can follow in order to love themselves. So that's why I'm making this video. I want to share with you guys just 5 things that if you implement into your life, you'll find, well, at least for me, I've implemented these 5 things in my life, and my life has just changed for the better. A lot of things have healed: my relationships, my money situation, my career, my identity, and just how I walk through life now. I just have more fun. I have this sort of ease and delight about myself when I move around, move throughout the day, meet new people. So I just want to share that this thing with you guys. Another announcement I want to make is that in the description of this video, you'll find a link to a questionnaire for a community forum. If you're interested in joining a community forum where like-minded individuals come together and practice manifestation, self-love, talk about spirituality, sort of just share our realizations, our wins, our breakthroughs, lessons that we've learned. Also, my idea is to take books such as this one. This is Louise Hay's Mirror Work. Other books such as The Magic by Rhonda Byrne. Take books like that have sort of 21-day challenges or 28-day challenges. We go through together as a group, implement these teachings into our lives. We come together in the forum, we share our realizations, our breakthroughs, and things like that. If you're at all interested in that, having a community of like-minded individuals, go into the description, fill out that questionnaire right now before we get into the video. That will go to my email. I'll get notified that you filled out the Google form. Then when I go to make this community, I can add you to the community. Okay, I can send an invite to you. So go get that. I know that talking about these things such as manifestation and talking about spirituality is kind of uncomfortable with people in your life, maybe with your parents and your friends. You can't really talk about this stuff. So that's really why I feel driven to create this community. So go check that out. Go fill out that questionnaire, and I will make that community for all of us. So in this video, I'm going to share with you guys 5 things you can do to love yourself. A lot of these things are taken out of Louise Hay's Mirror Work, which I highly recommend you get. So let's go ahead and get started with the video. So number 1, the most powerful way to practice loving yourself is to forgive yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for all your regrets. Forgive yourself for all the mistakes that you made in the past. Forgive yourself for anything that you did in the past where you just feel like you messed up. Now, the best way to do this is to go in front of a mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and look yourself sincerely in the eyes and tell yourself, first of all, ask for forgiveness. Say, I am sorry. I am sorry for being mean to you. I'm sorry for hurting you. I'm sorry for punishing you. I'm sorry for criticizing you. Please, 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 please forgive me. I love you, and I only want you to succeed, and I only want you to win in life, and I only want you to be the happiest and healthiest version of yourself. Go to the mirror and do that. And you'll see how powerful that is. Because when you do this exercise, you'll realize that you are the one who has been criticizing yourself. You've been mean to yourself. You're the one who's been, just making your life a disaster. It's been you. So you have to ask for forgiveness and you have to forgive yourself. That's step number 1. This for me has been one of the most powerful things that I've ever done in my life, is to actually go up to the mirror and sincerely do this exercise of asking for forgiveness and forgiving myself for criticizing myself, being mean to myself. That will free up a lot of bandwidth for love to enter your life. So go ahead, implement that. That's key takeaway number 1. Number 2, now that you've forgiven yourself, it's time to forgive others. Forgive other people in your past who you feel have wronged you. This can be your parents. This can be friends that you feel like they backstabbed you. This can be coaches from sports teams. This can be teachers that abused you and, verbally abused you, emotionally abused you. Just anyone in your past who you feel like I can never forgive this person. These are the people that you have to forgive in your life. Mark Twain has this quote, a famous quote, and he says, "Anger is an acid that can do more harm for the vessel in which it is stored than to anything on which it is poured." Basically, what he's saying in this quote is that if you hold anger inside of you towards someone else, they may not necessarily be feeling your anger. And all that anger is doing when you hold on to it is you're starting to manifest angry situations in your life. You're starting to manifest things that you don't desire in your life because you're holding on to this anger. So step 1 is to express that anger, get it out. The best way to do this is, again, go up to the mirror, look yourself in the eyes, and imagine that you're speaking to the person that you have a grudge with or that you have anger towards. Go up to the mirror, visualize that you're talking to that person, whoever that may be. It may be your dad or your mom or your friend or whatever, and pretend like you are talking to that person and express why you are angry to that person. Speak it out. Get it off your chest. Say everything that you have to say. You can yell. You can really let them have it. Now, of course, it's best to do this when you are in a space where you feel comfortable, you feel safe. A space is probably best where you're alone, right? You have your privacy. But really get this out. Get it off your chest. Say everything that you want to say to this person and how they hurt you and how that made you feel. You'll find that this is a very powerful practice and exercise to just get all this anger out of you. Once you do that, then move on to forgiveness and say, I don't want to be mad at you anymore. I release you. I let you go. I really hope that love fills your heart and heals you. I want you to be the happiest and healthiest version of yourself that you can possibly be. I want you to thrive in your life. And I'm no longer angry at you anymore. I forgive you. I release you. I let you be free. And I do this so that I can have my peace. I can be happy. I can be the healthiest version of myself that I could possibly be. This is a completely liberating exercise and experience. So by this point, number 1, you have forgiven yourself for being mean to yourself. Number 2, you've expressed anger towards someone that you've been holding a grudge against, and you've forgiven them. If you do these 2 things, you will already notice a considerable shift in yourself and in your life and how you carry yourself. You will begin to feel lighter. Number 3, once you've done this, you kind of have a clean slate, a clean palette. Now it is time to implement praising yourself. Now, to praise yourself, You need to suspend all criticism. We don't realize how much we criticize ourselves in our day-to-day life. It kind of just happens unconsciously. A lot of the criticism that we have of ourselves stems from our early childhood, from our parents, from our peers. For example, I remember when I was growing up, I had a difficult name that other people couldn't pronounce. And I grew up in a predominantly white school district and neighborhood. So my skin was a little bit darker. I had a name that was different. I was pretty much always the only kid that came from a Muslim household. So I always viewed myself as an outsider. Other peers would let me know I'm an outsider. That for me became sort of this thing I had to put a defense mechanism up against. And I would always be sort of angry at myself for being an outsider and being different, because I was just absorbing all of the sort of criticism from other kids, other peers. So step number 3 is to praise yourself. Praise yourself. Again, go to the mirror. The best time to do your mirror work is when you wake up in the morning and you go to brush your teeth or you go to the bathroom. You can look in the mirror directly and just say things like, I love you. You go to the mirror, you say your name, you say, Shahin, I love you. I really, really love you. And all I wish for you and all I desire for you is to have the happiest, healthiest, most beautiful life filled with great relationships. That you have success, that things come easy to you because you deserve it. You deserve all the greatest things that life has to offer. You deserve the best things. You deserve loving relationships. You deserve to be surrounded by beautiful people. You deserve to be successful in your career. You deserve to have large amounts of money, large sums of money flowing into your life from expected and unexpected sources. You are amazing. You are beautiful. You are unique. You're one in a trillion. There will never be another you. You are the prize of life, and God wants you to be here. Hype yourself up in the morning. Say these things first thing in the morning. And again, another good time to do this is before you go to sleep. While you're brushing your teeth, you're looking yourself in the mirror. You can say these things in your head to yourself and really sincerely look yourself in the eyes and just give yourself that validation. Really, what we're looking for in life, we think we're looking for other people's validation, but we're not. The only person's validation that we're looking for is our own validation. Henry David Thoreau, he had this line. He said, public opinion is a weak tyrant to our own private opinion. That means what other people think of us really doesn't mean anything compared to what we think about ourselves. That's what really matters in our lives. I was watching an interview with the CEO of Valuetainment, Patrick Bet-David. And he said, really what success boils down to is when you go look at yourself in the mirror at the end of your day and you look at yourself in the eyes and you say, you know what? I really did the best that I did. I'm really proud of myself. I'm really proud of what I've done. I love myself. That's what success is. When you have you on your team and when you give yourself the validation that you so desperately seek and crave. It's only your validation that you're really seeking and searching for. You may think it's that girl in your 6th period class that you want to get her validation. You may think it's your father's validation that you want to get. But no, it's really your own validation that you seek at the end of the day. And this is really the secret of life, of happiness, of being happy, is to give yourself validation before anything, to love yourself unconditionally. When you figure out this hack in life, then people can't control you anymore, because you'll find that other people can only control you when you don't love yourself and you're trying to get validation from other people. That's why something like people who come to Hollywood, for example, I live in Los Angeles. A lot of people come to Hollywood and they want to become famous movie stars. The reason they want to become famous movie stars is because they don't love themselves. they want to get notoriety and attention from other people. They think that this is what's going to give them happiness in their lives. They think that if everybody loves me, if I'm on the movie screen and everyone sees me and everyone treats me like a celebrity and treats me, like a famous person, then I'll have made it in life. What a lot of actors and celebrities who actually do make it, they'll tell you is fame is actually one of the worst things that can happen to someone who's insecure about themselves, because when you become famous, now a lot of people are sort of watching you. If you're insecure about you, imagine you're insecure about yourself, and now you have thousands or millions of people following you, watching you, digging deep into your personal history and your life and all these things. That will drive you mad. That will drive you crazy. So it's actually like a curse for famous people, for people who are seeking validation from becoming famous. So the bottom line here with tip number 3 is love yourself unconditionally. Look yourself in the mirror when you wake up in the morning, when you go brush your teeth, and at night before you if you're brushing your teeth again, before you're going to bed, just speak words of praise to yourself. Now, this is not something that you want to limit to only those two parts of the day. Any time in your day where you are just waiting in line at the DMV or waiting in line at the grocery store or whatever, just speak high words of praise to yourself, because really what you want to do is to get your thinking, shift it from a place of self-criticism into a place of self-love and self-praise. When that shift happens, when you kind of tip the balance in the favor of self-praise, you'll notice, again, things just become easier in your life. Opportunities begin to arise. Beautiful people start to enter your life that treat you right. And so on and so forth. Just everything. Your health begins to sort of normalize and take care of itself. All these things start to happen. You start making better choices when it comes to eating habits or exercising or just how to spend your time. You stop engaging in destructive activities like consuming drugs and alcohol and watching pornography and all those things. Those sort of just fall by the wayside when you love yourself unconditionally and you make this vow to only praise yourself. And that's the important thing. Make the vow to never criticize yourself again. Other people can criticize you, but you never criticize yourself again. Okay, moving on to number 4, how to love yourself. Number 4, express gratitude. Express deep gratitude. Okay, make gratitude just a way of being in the world. Now, I recommend expressing gratitude the moment that you become conscious in the morning, the moment that you wake up. Start expressing gratitude. Just start saying thank you, thank you, thank you for this new day. Thank you that I've been given another day of life. Thank you for this warm, cuddly, comfortable bed that I got to sleep in today. Thank you for this shelter that I have over my head. Just keep going down the line of all these things that you're grateful for. And even as you wake up and get out of bed, go to your bathroom, say thank you for this running water. Thank you for just everything that you have. If you go drink some water in the morning, start hydrating, thank you for this water. You go have your first meal, thank you for this food that nourishes me. Gratitude is just something that I have found is another hack to happiness and just feeling fulfilled in life. And it's something that comes free. It's gratitude for me, like I said, it is food for the soul. So the more you express gratitude, the more your soul, your spirit sort of becomes more full and more satisfied with life. So I say the best time to express gratitude, especially, is when you're first waking up in the morning. And then lastly, when you're falling asleep at night. That's one of the best times, because if you follow someone like Neville Goddard, he says that what you fall asleep thinking about is what you're going to have more of in life. So if you're going through your mind while you're going to bed, of what you're thankful for. I'm thankful for all the money I've received. I'm thankful for all the beautiful people in my life, my parents, my siblings, my intimate partner, my friends, my house, my car. You just start thinking about all the things that you're grateful for, and you really starting this ball of energy of just gratitude. And you fall asleep in that state, the universe is going to give you more. Your subconscious mind is going to find ways to get you more of those things that you express gratitude for. So it's an amazing thing. Lastly, number 5 is to honor your inner child. Honor your inner child. So an exercise that is very powerful is to make a list of things that you used to do when you were a kid that you had a lot of fun doing. That might have been dancing, singing, playing some sort of sport, playing some sort of video game. Maybe it was just running outside. Maybe it was drawing. Maybe it was running through the sprinklers on a hot day. Make a list of, as big of a list as you can, really, of things that you loved to do when you were a child. Then do one of those things on that list. That's it. Do one thing that you loved to do when you were a child every day. If you can do that, I guarantee your life will take a shift for the better. And this is, again, one of those powerful practices, because what you realize is that at some point in your life, you made an either conscious or unconscious decision that you're no longer a child and you can't have fun anymore and you have to be an adult. So when you engage in this practice, you are reconnecting with the inner child that's always inside of you. It's never left, but you've just been pushing it down and you forgot about it, and you started getting into adult responsibilities and things like that. But what you're doing with this exercise is you're looking at your inner child within, and you're saying, I see you and I want to nourish you. I want to give you attention. I want you to have fun and play and to express yourself through me. So make a big list of things that you loved to do when you were a kid. Maybe you go out, you looked at the bugs, you rolled around in the grass, whatever. And do one of those things every day. That is my 5 tips for how to love yourself. I guarantee you, if you implement these things into your life, you will be a lot happier. And if you do diligently implement these things in your life, you'll start to realize, or you'll start to see that, like, you will not be drawn to things that are toxic to you anymore. People that are toxic to you anymore, you'll be like, why was I ever engaging with them? In relationships that were toxic for you, you're just, that's over. You'll stop sabotaging yourself. When you had opportunities to share your art with other people or make a business or create a business, you're going to stop putting these things off. You're going to have this confidence of, like, you know what, I can do this. Everything, like I said, everything changes when you start loving yourself. This is how you heal your life. This is step 1. I don't care what anyone else says. Loving yourself unconditionally is the way to leading and living a happy life. This is the starting point. If you never get this right, you're never going to be quite happy or fulfilled or satisfied in your life. So this is why I talk about it a lot on my channel. This is what I think people need to get right. I think if everyone in the world really took the time to love themselves and implement exercises such as this in their lives, I think a lot of the wars, a lot of the sicknesses, a lot of the corruption and all these things in the world would dissipate. We need to take care of ourselves on an individual level, and this is how we start. So I know that, it's really nice to sit here and listen to this video and listen to these things, and you're like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. But I know that a lot of you who are watching this video are just going to go to the next video and keep on getting more information and reading more books and listening to more podcasts without ever implementing any change in your life. How do I know that you're going to do this? That's what I did with most of my 20s. I would just consume all this information. I wouldn't actually implement any of it. I highly, highly recommend that if you feel like this is you, if you know what I'm talking about, if you've experienced it for yourself, go to the description in the description box. Go to the link for the Google form. That is a community questionnaire. Share with me your answers on what you think will be the best way to create a supporting community. Leave your information. And once I get enough people to sign up for this community, I am going to launch it. I'm going to invite you, and we're going to get down into how to love ourselves and how to achieve a more beautiful way of being and moving through this world and through this life, how to have fun in this life. That is my wish for all of us. That's my wish for you. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope that you got value from it. Go ahead, go to that link in the description, join the community, sign up, and I'll see you in there. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.